Welcome to Advanced Offer and Product Creation Strategies. In this video, this is the first training series of how to create an offer and how to create a product or a service that's focused on coaching or service based, particularly in this series. So, and then also at the end of these trainings, we're going to talk about how to create touch points and what are the strategies of creating touch points. And many of these strategies and techniques that I'm teaching you, I've been I learned them from losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in wasting money in producing the wrong products and doing the wrong thing and not knowing on how to create a product, not knowing on how to create a system. And at the end of the day, I started learning a better system on how to create things that really work and really bring results. And then I learned how to put the offers together, how to test the market. Learned first you have to create the offer and test the market before creating the product, and then I use them over and over and over and over, and this kind of boiled down to these are strategies that I'm teaching you. These are the strategies that have been used by many experts, many coaches, many consultants, many speakers, many people who offer different services. They've been used in different industries, and they are and they really work if you follow them step by step, and if you get to the concept of understanding of how the thinking process as an entrepreneur is. And I tell you right now, as it says, the one of the things that I always talk about, probably you have heard me before if you've been with me in an event, or in any of my video training, you know that I always say that an entrepreneur's main job is solving people's problem. So your number one job is solving people's problem. As soon as you get to this mindset and understand this, and the better you realize that how you can solve other people's problem, the better you can sell your services and products and put better offers together and create better products and services. So in these series of trainings, what we are teaching, what we're talking about are how to create a product, how to create an offer, and how to create a touch point. So these are creation strategies. In the next videos, in the next trainings that we have in other modules, if you are part of those trainings are more on how to sell them, how to manage them, how to manage your time, and other stuff. Okay. So one of the sentences I really love in marketing and in production is the sentence that Peter Drucker says, and says, the aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well the product or service fits him and sells itself. That's absolutely true, and this is the way that we are going to follow. This is going to be our motto on creating any new product, any new service in our business. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to understand the client so well so we can create a product or service that fits the customer, and it sells for itself because it's just something the client needs. Okay. Now, one of the models that we use in overall building a business is called the launch model. And launch model are in three steps. The first step is pre-launch, and the next step is pre-launch, and then we launch. So at the pre-launch level, what we do is we are having a lot of conversations. Okay, if you go back to that Peter Drucker sentence, the aim of marketing is understand the customer so well, right? So that's the part that we want to achieve at pre-launch. We want to understand the customer, and we want to sit with them, chat with them, do surveys, and see where their thoughts are, what their buying habits are, and how they make a decision. Now, if you are in any market, like not every market has a different behavior of purchasing system, and even we as one human being have a different way of making decision about different products that we want to buy. So sometimes people say, okay, so this is the customer's behavior. There is no one type of customer behavior. Every customer behavior depends on their product that they are buying. So there are certain types of behaviors that we can put them in categories, and there are certain ways of making decision making process that different people have. Some people are more emotional, some people are more logical, some people need numbers, some people need relationships to make decisions. But for every product as well, we have a different system of making decisions. So let's say, for example, when you want to buy a car, the way that you make the decision to buy a car is very different than the way that you make the decision about buying your groceries from the grocery store. Maybe when you are buying a car, you are a type of person who thinks about luxury and how to, I want to drive a car that everybody sees me and everybody, says, wow, what a great car you have. But then on the other side, when the same person goes to buy groceries, maybe the person says, well, you know what, nobody's seeing these things and I'm not going to care about them. So I'm going to buy not luxury fruits, right? So, although they are the same person, but the very same person has a different way of making decisions. So in a portion, luxury becomes very important for a person, and in another part of the same person's behavior, the person doesn't care about luxury at all. So what I'm saying is that for any market that you are in, and then it depends on the cities as well. So for example, if you are in Vancouver, the way that you make decisions is very different than when you are when a person is in Edmonton or is in Toronto, and the local culture affects a lot of decision making process. So technically, what you need to do is that no matter what business you are in, before you get into the market and you start selling, and which means in launching, you need to have a lot of conversations with the actual target market that you're going to sell your products and services to. So think about the location. Where are they located? What are they buying? What they do? What's their age? What's their gender? And you put them all in categories, so you can put the better target market, and then you go and do have a lot of conversations with that target market to understand their need. And we have several resources and stuff that when I go in the deeper process of explaining pre-launch, I will point out to them. Then the second level is pre-launch, and in the pre-launch process is the process that you start creating the offer and putting the offer together, and you start getting feedback from people, and you start getting feedback from promotional partners and production partners, and talk to them about understanding how these products can help and how you can improve these offers to even make them better and better, and create something that we call it an irresistible offer. And we talk about that and how you can improve an offer and have a better offer and create an irresistible offer. And also in the process, you create marketing funnels, and you test those marketing funnels and get the numbers, so you can go to affiliates and other people, and you can get them prepared to do a launch with them. And then that's the time that you really launch a business and you really start selling big time. So generally, if you are working full time and every day you are working 8 hours a day, and this is the beginning of your business. The beginning of your business starts with surveys, talking to people, and trying to find a lot of connections with your target market. The better you do that, the better you can get results, and the faster your business will be built. So what I say is that usually, if you are in service industry that you're offering a service, probably you need between 4 to 6 weeks of having conversations and starting and understanding your market needs. About 4 weeks, about 3 weeks, or maybe even up to 6 weeks to put your offers together and test it in the market and improve and create the marketing funnel. And then you need and then building your team, maybe another 4 weeks to have a lot of promotional partners who can help you to promote your offer, and then at that time you want to launch. And so this process to launch may take up to 6 months, and and you really should start making money from like middle of the pre-launch process, from the time that you have put your offer together and you are having these conversations with people. And the better you improve your offer, the more and more people will start asking you, how can I buy this product? And then, well, you can sell at that point. You don't need to wait until you launch the product, right? And actually, it's a pretty good idea. One of the things is that many times creating these products and offers are all based um, on the demand of the market. Many of the courses, many of the programs, many of the uh, websites and stuff that you see and are available, they have been created because of a demand in the market. For example, a person who becomes a web designer and becomes a very well-known web designer in 3 years, probably there is a high chance that in the first year, in the first like few weeks that he has started, what it was that, like, for example, he really wanted to do web design, so he talked to one or two people, and the person says, yes, you know what, I'm going to buy a website. I need a website, and can you do it for me for $500? And the person really didn't know how to design a website, but then decided to just do it, right, and learn how to do it in the middle of the way. So many of the services that you buy and like you see other people are running, they have actually been created while working for a person. So not necessarily the web designer today is an amazing web designer. 3 years ago, when they designed the first website, actually knew web design, right? It was just like they got the work, they started learning, and they learned more and more and more, and they did whatever it took to fulfill their responsibility. Okay, now as if you have a good idea about your target market, and this is something that actually happens a lot in the market. Now the thing is that sometimes you don't have any idea about the market that you are going to be in. Then, well, the question comes out: why are you going to that market? And if it's your passion or any other reason, then can you get a person who knows how to do that? So anyhow, that's a process. Many people start making the first money in about like 2.5 to 3 months of their systems, and then they make it better and better, and then they learn how to launch, and then when they launch their packages, then they or their services or the products that they can sell at a higher rate and with to a lot more people. Okay, so let's get started with the steps to create an offer. So here are the 6 steps to create an offer that you want to follow. The first step is choose your niche market. First of all, if you want to create a product, you need to make sure that you are creating that product for a niche market. And the reason that, well, there are so many reasons to focus on a niche market, but really one of the reasons that you want to focus on a niche market is because when you talk about a particular challenge, fear, and frustration to one niche market, that niche market can understand and can relate to what you're talking about. Let's say, for example, if you have a program to teach people how to put their kids into sleep, right? If you don't put your focus on parents, for example, with kids between like newborn to 2.5 year old, then what happens is that you go to a parent that has 2 teenagers and say, "Do you want to learn how to put your kids into sleep?" Like, it's irrelevant to them, right? And it's irrelevant to a single person. A person who doesn't have a kid, to market such a thing to them, right? Now, here is other thing that most people don't realize. The person who created the program on how to put the kids into sleep or how to put toddlers into sleep, that person probably had another 500 things to teach, right? That person also could teach people how to teach your kids how to, start math when they're 3 year old, or how to train your kids to be social when they are 4 or 5 year old. But there were like tons of things that they could do. But the reason I created this program that was just focused on babies who were sleeping is because if you create a program that you call it "Learn How to Behave with Your Kids," then it doesn't have enough attraction for people to go and buy that program, learn how to be, and even if it has, it's like a $20 worth of knowledge, which it actually could include all these other pieces of how to put your kids into sleep, how to teach them math, how to help them to be social. It could have all of these inside that book, but because the that book or that training is not focused on one particular problem, right? People cannot see the value of that offer. That's why you want to choose a niche market, and then you want to find a particular challenge, fear, and frustration that you want to address with your offer for that niche market. Okay, because for example, if you just talk about how to put your toddler into sleep, right? That course, how much is it worth? That like sleeping every single night without any problem. How much is that worth to a parent? $300, $400, $500. If I learn how to put my kids every single night without any problem, or with much less problem, right? So you see, if you do that properly, then that's what you that's what you can get from comparing the value of what you are teaching with the solution that you are offering to people. Okay, then after you chose your niche market and you found that particular main challenge that your target market is feeling, and you wanted to create an offer for that, you have to define the delivery platform for that offer. So what's the delivery platform? Is it going to be a service? Is it going to be a product? Is it going to be coaching? Is it going to be a forum, a network, a newspaper? What's going to look like, right? And we're going to talk about the delivery platforms today, and the different types of delivery platforms that you can use, and even maybe you can use a combination of several delivery platforms to actually do that, like deliver that thing. The other name of delivery platform is the revenue stream. Like, what are the revenue streams that you are creating into this, right? And then the next one is create the initial offer. Now, why do we call this the initial offer? Because nobody knows the first offer that you create, how much in demand that offer is going to be. So many times you do a lot of talking to your target market, and you get a good survey, and you start building an offer around the survey that you had, right? And then you start putting that together, and you create this initial offer for the market. But then you go to the market, and nobody is asking for it, and nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to really pay for it. That's called testing the offer in the market. So you create the product, then you go out and you start testing the offer in the market. And when you test the offer in the market, you get feedback from people how you can optimize the offer, and you optimize it. And the better you get feedback, and the more you get feedback, the more optimized offer you have, that it turns it eventually into an irresistible offer. So it becomes an offer that everybody wants to purchase from. So step number one is choose your niche market. Okay, now to choose your niche market, there are so many things that you can do, and many of them are all based on the doing market surveys and doing like marketing knowledge and stuff. But one of the things that I always focus on is, when you are choosing your niche market, you want to really choose a niche market that is aligned with your life purpose. Because if you choose a niche market that you are not passionate about, and it's not aligned with your values, and it's not a niche market that you really care about changing their lives, that business turns into a drain of your life. And you're doing that, and you're making money, but you're not happy with whatever you are doing every single day. Now, some people's number one value is money. So the main thing that they care is money. I want to make money, and I want to make it now. And if that's the case, then all those marketing courses and all those trainings on choose a niche market based on how much money people can pay you in that niche market, all of them become valid, because all of those things are designed to bring the most amount of money to you, but not necessarily to create the best business for you. There's a big difference between creating the best business for yourself and creating the business that makes the most amount of money for you. and for every person this is different, right? For one person, the best business is a business that makes a lot of money. For another person, the best business is a business that gives them enough time that they can spend with their family and their kids. For another business is a business that gives them 3 months time off, and the next 9 months they're working like 12 hours a day, and they don't care because they have that 3 months off. For every business, the success of your business is different. For every person, the business success is different. So that's that's something that you need to define what successful business mean to you, and also who is the niche market that you want to work with to get that success in your business. Okay. Now the first step to understand the best niche market for yourself is knowing your values. What are your values in your business? What are the values that, not just in your business, what are your values in your life, right? What's the number one thing that you care about when you are building a business and when you are living your life? So, and then, and then what is the thing that if you do every day, or how's the way that if you build your business every day, you you won't feel drained because you're not taking care of your values. Um, for example, one of the things that I always say is that you have seen, like many people have seen, um, some people who have made a lot of money from their businesses, and it's like they're 60-year old and they look back at their life and they say, you know what, I built this amazing business that I made like millions of dollars, but what really happened was that I lost my family, or I lost my health, and all I cared about was my family and my health. So that's another side of this entire thing, that you want to make sure that that you know your top four values in your life and you have written it down. And when you are choosing a niche market, you are looking um, at your values, and you are building a business that is aligned with your values. Okay. Now the next thing is your passion. Okay. Now if you are passionate about, if you are building a business, you want to make sure that you are building a business that is aligned with your passion. Why? Because like it's right that your it's right that your values are good for the future of your business, right? It's like you want to know your values so you can build a successful business for future, so you don't regret the way that you built your business. But also you want to know your passion, so you have that fuel to get through those hard days and in the business, and also have the passion to go out and do whatever it takes to make it successful and feel on purpose while you are doing that. That's an important thing, because as a business owner, you're not just building a business. As a business owner, you are spending 8 hours of your life, or 10 or 12 hours of your life every day in that business. And one of the luxuries of owning your own business is deciding on on what you want to do in your life. So use it, right? Know your passion and build a business that serves your passion while you are building that business. So, and the other side of it is know your passion to work with people that you are passionate about as well. Are you passionate about working with moms? Are you passionate about working with grandmas? Are you passionate about working with entrepreneurs? Who are you really passionate about working with? Because if you choose that, you choose your niche market based on your passion, then every single day you're going to see a lot of people that you are passionate and is meaningful to you to serve that market. So know your values and know your passion. Then based on your values and your passion, you come up with a niche market or several niche markets. And what you need to do is you need to look at the quantity of that niche market. So from there, you start coming up with all these marketing techniques, right? That all the marketing courses teach us. It's like, what's the quantity? What's how much they're gonna pay? What are the competitors? Stuff like that. So the next thing, after choosing the niche market based on the passion and value, then that's the time that I suggest you look at the quantity of the niche market. See how many people really need the service that you are offering. Okay, how many people really are in that target market? Like for example, a few months ago, we had this student that he was extremely passionate about teaching a certain group of people doing marketing, and he was really wanted to help them because he used to be in that business and he didn't get results, and then he came out and he said, I want to learn how to do this and I want to teach everybody else. So he started putting his course together, his content together, and I said, okay, I have something that I want to teach. And then it was aligned with his values, it was aligned with his passion, what he wanted to do. But then when he started doing this market research, he realized only there are less than 20 people in his target market that he really can serve. So that's actually another thing, another mistake. Like as I said, like I made hundreds of thousands of dollars of mistake in building different things that I really didn't need to do. If I had access to these things, right? So for example, one of the things is that like this student of ours, before he joined us, he created this offer for the target market that has only 20 people. So when he came to the program and we talked to him and he went and did the research, he realized that he wasted a lot of time because he didn't focus on the values and passion and quantity first. And first he created an offer and then tried to find a market for it. That's not what you want to do. Okay, you want to first make sure that you're creating the right product for the right market, and there's demand in the market, and maybe even pre-sell some of the things that you have and then create them. Okay, so then you need to look at the quantity and the interest, and there are some ways to look at the quantity and the interest, and there are some tools that I'm going to show you in this presentation. I'm going to introduce those tools to you. So but within those tools you can see the quantity and you can see the interest of people, that where the interest is going, and also if there is quantity, is there enough interest in that market for what you are passionate to do and what you want to offer, or what is the interest of that target market. If you really like, you don't have a specific passion on doing something, but you have a specific passion to working with some people, okay, then if that's the case, like then you can realize like what is the interest in the target market, and then you create this particular service to answer that particular interest. And you do that by doing several surveys. And if you go to the membership site, you can see the link to your resources. Probably you are watching this video actually on the membership site. So underneath of this video, you can see the link to resources, and these resources are several surveys that actually one of our students did when she wanted to start her business in the dementia care as a dementia care expert. And that's a good survey that she did, and so we are using it as a template for you to see how you can go out and talk to people and get their interest and put these surveys together and ask them really like what they are interested in, what their biggest challenges are and what their biggest fears are, and then by knowing that, then you can build the right package and understand your market much better. The next step is the purchase power. Sometimes you want to do something, but you want to think about the purchase power of your clients. Now, sometimes the purchase power is underestimated or overestimated in the market. Let me explain to you like how it is, because many times people say, oh, the people in my target market don't have money and they can't like really afford these type of things. Okay, let me ask you this question. Is the product that you are offering, or is the service that you want to offer, does it have the value of the price that you are putting on it, right? Because if it has the value of the price that you are putting on it, then this value creates the reason for people to make that purchase. For example, if if you have a course that you can teach people how to make like $1,000, right? And then the course is $200, and And then people in your target market, when you are looking at them, you're like, these people don't have $200 to pay for this course. Well, think about it this way: your course is helping them to make $1,000. So, for the ones who can see the value of that $1,000, or if you present it the way that they can see the value of the $1,000, then they actually get access to the $200 and they pay for the $200 because it's people make purchase not because of the price, but they make the purchase because of the value. Always I say this. Sometimes sometimes a $60,000 product is a very cheap product, and a $5 gum is a very expensive gum, right? For example, let's say if there is a if there is a for example, Porsche 911 Turbo, right? That's a $180,000, $150,000 car. So if suddenly Porsche tomorrow comes and offers that car at $60,000, but only 10 of them is available, suddenly every person that wants a Porsche rush to Porsche dealership and buys a Porsche because it's cheap, because it's only $60,000, right? And then and if you walk into a store one day and you want to buy a gum, and that gum is like $10, you're like, holy crap, $10 for a gum? That's really expensive for a gum, right? It's not. Sometimes $60,000 is really cheap, and $10 is really, really expensive, because it's not about the price of the things that you offer. It's about the value of the things that you offer. So if you look at it that way, if you think about things that way, then you think about the purchase power differently. As the purchase power is not the money that the target market has, but it's the power that the target market, the target market with the interest has access to. Okay, so that's another way to put it, and so that's something that keep in mind. As if you are offering something that doesn't have enough value, then your target market won't be able to afford it. And if you create something that has a lot of value, even if the product is much more expensive, then a lot of people will buy it. I always remember this, that a few years ago I had this course that I wanted to sell it for $297, and I tried to sell it a few times, and nobody bought the $297 course. And then I added a piece to it, and I made it $497, and suddenly people started buying the course. So although the price increased by $200, but suddenly the same target market that were not buying the course, they started buying the same course because of that additional piece, and that additional piece was support. So I'm going to talk about what to add to your offers, and how to create these offers so you can attract more customers while even you increase the price. And actually that's part of this training today, and that's part of the offer creation strategies. So here are the few tools that you can use to kind of look at your niche market and understand their interest, right? One of those tools is called Google Trends, and what Google Trends does is that it shows the interest of people during the time regarding one keyword. So if you go to Google Trends, if you go to Google and search for Google Trends, you get a link to Google Trends, and you can compare different words. Now just remember that these words are showing to comparison with each other. So if you search the first word, it may show like a lot of interest, but if you search for another keyword that has a lot of searches, that suddenly the other keyword shows less interest. Well, what it ultimately shows to you, Google Trends, is how the interest of people during the time is changing toward one brand or toward one particular thing that they are searching. Okay, so that's the Google Trends, and you can go and search on Google. You can even stop this video, go on Google Trends, and play a little bit with that tool. That helps you a lot with understanding the trend of the way that people think. And then the second tool is something called Google Keyword Planner. And to get access to Google Keyword Planner, you need to have a Google AdWords account. So you create a Google AdWords account, or at least at the time that I'm recording these videos, because this tool may change a little bit. They've been around for many years, and sometimes they just like their positioning or their name a little bit changed. For example, Google Keyword Planner used to be called Google Keywords Tool. Now it's called Google Keyword Planner, but it's ultimately the same thing. So at this time that I'm recording this video, for Google Keyword Planner, you need to create a username and password for Google AdWords to be able to use Google Keyword Planner. And when you go to Google Keyword Planner and you set the right location and the right surrounding of that location, you can see how many people in each city, in each country, are searching for a particular keyword. And if there is enough interest in that market for the word or the keyword that you are going to work on. Now, not necessarily every time that keyword search is showing if your business is going to be successful or not. Like, for example, there are now lots of people who are searching on the internet for promotional partnerships, right? Because they just simply don't know what promotional partnership mean. But teaching promotional partnerships is a very lucrative business. So not necessarily every single time that you do a search on Google Keyword Planner, it's going to give you like the number of people who are searching for something are going to show you the chance to succeed. But for example, if you search for on Google Keyword Planner for marketing courses, you see that there are a lot of searches for marketing courses. So although the search is not for promotional partnership course, the search is for marketing course, and promotional partnership course is under marketing courses. But the reason that people are not searching for promotional partnership courses is because they don't know what it is. So sometimes you have to think about it that way, that the thing that you are particularly searching for might not be available there, but that doesn't mean that that business is going to fail. Okay? So that's another thing to remember. And then the next thing is that you can use is Facebook ads targeting. And what Facebook ads targeting is that especially you can use this if you have targeting based on demographics. So for example, you have a target market of women between 25 to 40 who are in relationship, right? So let's say if you are targeting that target market, if you are focusing on that target market, and your focus is only in, for example, I don't know, New York. So women between 25 to 40 who are living in New York, and you want to do a search, see how many women on between 25 to 40 are in New York, and you can't get access to a census in that city. One thing that you can do is you can go to Facebook ads and you can do a search on Facebook ads. There are most people are on Facebook right now, and they log in on a regular basis. Not every single person, but a lot of people are on Facebook. And if you have a target market like that, it's very easy to do that on Facebook, because probably you are going to do advertisement on Facebook or Google in future as well. So that's a good idea to know if you can get access to them easily or not. And after you do these trainings choosing your niche market, after you chose the niche market based on these different types, different things, then the second step 2, is to find the challenge. Okay, now if you find the challenge with your target market, then you are gonna get you are 50% done, half done with creating an irresistible offer, an offer who is focused on a particular challenge, on the best challenge. That's gonna be that's a bestseller. So what you need to do, you need to really make sure that you can find that superstar challenge that you can focus on and work on. So here is the best way that I suggest to find that challenge. Survey your niche market, and don't survey your niche market as a college student, or as a researcher. You're not a researcher. You're a marketer who is doing a research, and you're an entrepreneur who is doing a research on understanding what niche market wants. So behave like an entrepreneur who wants to understand what your niche market wants, and when you call people, you can say, for example, I'm doing a research about understanding the needs of people who are dealing with anxiety, for example. And I was wondering if you feel comfortable to sit with me and give me some feedback. And then when you sit with the people, just ask them several questions. Now, as I said, just look at the samples, the examples of the surveys that we have, and you can see that the surveys are technically asking questions that are relevant to several things. One, if the person is in your niche market. Two, what sub niche markets you might find in your niche market. For example, um, let's say entrepreneurs. I want to do a survey for entrepreneurs. What is my niche market? Well, entrepreneurs. But what are the sub niche markets under entrepreneurs? Well, the sub niche markets under entrepreneurs can be, for example, people who are people who are in fashion industry, or people who are in IT, or people who are in coaching, and people who are creating softwares, and people who are the retail stores. And so all of these are sub niche markets. Now, if you even focus in coaches, for example, do coaches have sub niche markets? Definitely. There are a ton of sub niche markets under coaches. So what you want to do is first make sure that the person who you are asking questions from is in your niche market, but also you want to realize that what sub niche markets you can find within your niche market. So you want to ask some deeper questions about what they do, and about their activities or their sub niche markets. Depending on whatever business you are in, there are several sub niche markets. And then let's say, for example, dementia has Alzheimer and has another like four other diseases, so, or 10 diseases. I don't know. I'm not a dementia expert, but yeah, you get the point. So you want to understand what sub niche markets they belong to, and then you want to understand that what they feel as their biggest challenge, and how would they feel comfortable to find a solution to that particular challenge. Okay, that is a big deal. For example, let's talk about entrepreneurs, because you can relate to that because you are one, right? For example, many entrepreneurs' first challenge is with marketing. Like, that's their number one challenge. And then and then when you talk to them and say, okay, so what's your challenge? And they say marketing. I say, so what are the ways, if a person is going to help you to solve your marketing, how would the best way of helping you to solve your marketing look like? Okay. And they start giving you some feedback. Sometimes they say, okay, you know what? I actually like to take courses, but I like to do it myself. But I like to take some courses. And then you can ask them even a deeper question. Okay, so if you were to take courses, how would you want your courses look like? Would you want them to be in person? Would you like them to be on webinars? Would you like them to be on online training plus some support? Like, how would you want them to look like? Okay. Now, knowing the answers to that can give you an idea about what product you should create and what offer you should create. Okay. So that's what you want to do. And then also the next questions that you want to ask the person are, what are the things that help them to make a buying decision in the process. So if you were to choose a course with a marketer, what were the things you wanted to know? So they will say, maybe they want to see a money back guarantee in the course. Maybe they want to see a lot of support. They want to see a lot of testimonials. I don't know. Every niche market has their own story. So what are those things that they want to see? And also the last thing that you want to make sure to know is, what are the deal breakers? So what is the thing that if they see within a course, they're not gonna buy? Okay. So put them in that order. So like, what is the niche market? What do they want? What's the sub niche market? What's their biggest challenge? How do they want it? How do they want to see it be solved? And what's the deal breaker here to solve that challenge? there is other questions that you can ask, like for example, how much is the value of solving that problem for you? And to be honest, many times you ask these questions and they give you numbers that's like $20,000. But when you bring a course out and you want to sell it for $20,000, nobody really wants to pay that much. So it's good to ask how much it is worth, but to them to be solved. But keep in mind that that's the value, but that's not the price. Okay, this is what many people make the mistake. They think what their customers say about what the value of this to you to be solved. They feel that that's the price that they should put on their product. No, always the value should be higher than the price. Okay. So remember this, that and every person gives you a different answer. Some people give you really the price that they are willing to pay, but most people give you the value of that service to them. So just keep that in mind, that you can ask that question, but that doesn't mean that necessarily every time it's going to be correct. And you can just do the pricing later on. Actually, in the one of the courses that we have, I believe it's in marketing course. In the marketing course, there are two ways of putting price on your offer, and one of them is value based, and the other one is the cost based. And you can look at that course as well about the pricing later on. Then, when you create this survey, make sure that you are surveying three groups of people. The first group of the people are your niche market, okay, and your niche market are people who are you're gonna to actually sell your product or service to them. The second people that you need to second group of people that you want to do your survey with are your promotional partners. And promotional partners or future promotional partners, these are people who you are hoping that in future they are gonna refer clients to you. And no, they are not your family and friends necessarily. Family and friends are good, but they're not part of the marketing plan necessarily. So what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you know who can refer clients to you. And then if you don't know, then there's a full course on potential promotional partners. If you have access to that course, go and study that course as well. And then if you don't have access to that course, then get access to that course. Contact us to purchase the course and get access to the course as well. So and then those are the go to the potential promotional partners, and speak to those people about how would they see to what do they want to see to refer clients to you. Okay, because that's going to help you a lot with understanding the marketing. A lot of those people are actually promoting other people in your niche market, and so so that's a good thing for you to know that, and they have seen a lot of your competitors, so that's very good for you to know. And the last one is talk to your so-called competitors. And what does mean so-called competitors? The so-called competitors are people who you feel they are your competitors and they don't want to promote you. Well, that's not really true. Many times, many of the competitors you can actually partner up with, and you can work together to make a lot of money. So every time that a person is in a market that sounds close to you, that doesn't mean they are your competitors. So a few years ago, when I had my web design and SEO company, one of my biggest promotional partners was actually a competitor, was a company that were doing web design and SEO and videography. And I got a lot of my clients, maybe even 25 to 30% of my clients, from just that one so-called competitor in my system. So just remember that a lot of people who are called competitors, they are not really competitors. A big portion of my business of Success Road Academy was built by actually talking to other coaches who are teaching the same thing that I teach. Well, not necessarily the same thing that we teach, but close. Like they're marketing coaches. They don't teach exactly what we teach, but they teach similar things. So and then with doing that survey, we added a lot of pieces of to our system, and we built our system. So You want to make sure that you are doing survey with them, and then you want to define the delivery platform. So what are the delivery platform? There are, or revenue stream. There are 12 delivery platform or revenue stream that you can focus on, and you can build your business based on those things, and all of them are great, and a combination of all of them give you a great offer. The first delivery platform that is out there is called one-on-one coaching. Okay, so what is one-on-one coaching? One-on-one coaching is when you sit with a client one-on-one, and you work with them one-on-one every step of the way. You take their hand, you walk them through the process, and you get paid for your coaching. Okay. The next one are called group coaching, and the group coaching are doing smaller events, 60, 80, 100, maybe 200 people events, and or maybe even smaller, maybe 5 or 6 or 10 people, depending on the way that you need, like how many people you need into the room. Sometimes a 200 people event is a very big event. Sometimes 2,000 people is a big event, depending on the business type that you have. So really, group coaching size depends on the market that you are in. For example, for teaching guitar, group coaching is like teaching 3 people or 5 people at a time is a lot. For doing a seminar on marketing, 20 or 30 people is a good size, and bigger than that is like 50, 60, 80, 200 people is a seminar, right? So it really, group coaching, the size of the group coaching depends on what you are teaching. So yeah, that's a group coaching. And then the next thing is organizing seminars. So what organizing seminars is that you can be the actual organizer of seminars, and do seminars in different markets. And that's actually a very profitable business, that you can just keep holding seminars and invite different guest speakers and just sell tickets and get sponsorships, and make money by just doing seminars on a regular basis. The next one are mastermind groups, getting people together and running a mastermind group. And technically, a mastermind group is a group of like-minded people who get together and they help each other build their businesses. And the facilitator of the mastermind group can actually make good money by holding high-end mastermind groups. So if you want to create mastermind groups, think about high-profile mastermind groups, not like really low-hanging fruits of people who are not extremely successful. I'm not saying that those are bad. I'm saying that if you want to really make money from mastermind groups, you want to have a mastermind group of people who are making a lot of money, so they are willing to pay to be around the like-minded people. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's a very important thing in your business. The next one is paid speeches. You can be a paid speaker. It's not one of my favorites to get paid for delivering a speech, because I believe if you deliver a free speech and you sell your courses and DVDs and other stuff, you can make much more money than if you just wait for like a $2,000 or $20,000 or $60,000 speech. That happens like maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year. I would say you make far more money by delivering a free speech and then sell your coaching programs and DVD programs and services and the products that you have, and that's going to really help you a lot. The next one is audio CDs and DVD programs. Okay, that's going to help you a lot with that's another way of making money, to create these audio CDs and DVD programs and put them in order. Also, you can make money with affiliate programs. You don't necessarily need to have your own products. You can actually get another you can get another speaker, another entrepreneur, and get that entrepreneur's product and sell that entrepreneur's product from your platform. So it can be your stage, your website, your any place that you have. and you don't necessarily need to have your own product, and you make money with that as well. Many of the affiliate programs pay up to 20, up to 75%, or even there are some programs that pay 100% affiliate fee for selling them. So that's not bad for you to get paid on another person's product. So that's another platform that you can have. The other one is called membership sites. With membership sites, you create a membership site like the one that you are on right now, and with that, actually you can actually create a course that people can buy. The next one are teleseminars. You can sell a series of teleseminars that's similar to group coaching calls. And you can also mix and match these things with each other, okay, and we will talk about that. So you can sell, for example, a package that includes a membership site, a teleseminar, and one-on-one coaching, for example. So that's another way. The next one is a sponsorship. With the sponsorship, you get money from sponsors, or you get services and products from sponsors, and that's the way that you make money. Also, there are tools and done for use that you can do, and the done for you service is when a person comes to you and says, you know what, I don't want to learn all of the things that you know, I just want you to do it for me. So that's a done for you. And then the next one is products and services, and there are lots of other products and services that are out there that I didn't include here necessarily, but you can actually lead many of these things to those products and services, and offer them that way. So that's this is just kind of a overview of the 12 main streams. So when you are creating your product, you can choose one or two or a series of these, and when you are choosing these, think about it, the fact that how can you help people more with the best combination of these revenue streams to give them the best experience in working with you. Okay. And then the next step is creating the initial offer. Now, to continue creating the initial offer, I invite you to watch the next video, because this is going to take about an hour of understanding how to put an offer together. So watch the next video on module 2 on how to create an offer. And if you have any questions, you can leave the questions below in the comment box, or you can leave it on the social networks that you have access to.